Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Yes, good morning and welcome back. And online with us this morning we have Adanna Austin. Adanna, good morning to you.
Good morning. Are you hearing me now?
Excellent. We're hearing you loud
Okay,
and clear.
great.
And Adanna is the business and financial literacy consultant. And this morning we're speaking National Financial Awareness Day 2023. And Adanna, we're going to run straight into it this morning. There seems to be so many days celebrated throughout the world on the international scale. Tell us
Yes.
about National Financial Awareness Day 2023.
Well, National Financial Awareness Day is usually celebrated on August 14th throughout the world. And it's really a day to educate people about the importance of understanding their finances and getting their finances in order so that they can live a better life.
Awesome. I mean, that's very important. Of course, we need to learn how to manage the resources that are made
Yes.
available to us, right? And of course, you're going to tell us how we are going to celebrate National Financial Awareness Day and how we can maximize our income and our finances and how we can strategize and stuff like that, right?
Yes. So if you go on the National Financial Awareness Day website, because they have a website that provides a lot of information, right? But if you look at their website, they give us five main pillars that they, really encourage us to follow. One of which is organizing your finances, meaning, pay attention to your pay slips, pay attention to the slips you get when you go Lyman, pay attention to the slips you get from your ATM. Make sure everything is always legitimate and, you can track your finances. They also encourage you to set financial goals for yourself. And I think that is a huge one for many of us. We a lot of people live paycheck to paycheck. And that happens a lot of times when there's no set financial goal. We're just concerned about let's just pay the bills and that's it. But you want to set financial goals, whether it's for your kids to go to university, or even if it's for you to go on vacation or for you to retire, you want to set some financial goals for yourself. Learn about investing. I know in school a lot of times they always talk to us about saving, and saving is important. But you want to also learn about investing and the variety of investment options that we have available for us, right? From different institutions, whether it's a bank, it's a credit union, it's a unit trust, it's the stock market. There's a lot of information out there for us to learn about investing so that our money can work for us and actually make a profit for us in the long run. And of course, create a budget, right? In creating a budget, you practice discipline, right? So you understand exactly how each cent that is coming in is actually being spent, right? And when you have that budget, it really allows you to save better. It allows you to make smarter investments, and it allows you to live more comfortably. You know what I mean? And finally, talk to a financial advisors. We have many financial advisors across Trinidad and Tobago. And if you feel that you're struggling to create the budget to understand your dollars and cents, one of the main things you can do is to speak to a financial advisor, speak to somebody who deals with these things every single day. And we have agencies in Tobago like FLS and those types of agencies that you can actually reach out to, who will provide you with the type of information that you need. So those are the five pillars that they have shared on their website, which they would really like all of us to embrace and really implement in our lives.
Adana, as a financial consultant, I want to get from you when we speak to the household, there's always the challenge raised. of, there isn't enough income to be able to meet those expenses. Give us a little sense in terms of making that distinction between needs and wants that really help us to get down to that budget that guides us.
Yes, and that's a big thing. A lot of us don't understand that basic thing of what is a need and what is actually something that we want. We think that cable is something that we need, but it's actually something that we want, right? We think that having the most expensive phone is something that we need, but it's actually something that we want. What we have to learn as a household, because I understand, prices have gone up, food, petrol, we have to figure out some way to either live within our means or find another way of generating some level of income into your household. Now, that sounds easier. It sounds nice, it sounds easy, but I know that is very difficult for some households. But it starts with the budget. Write down everything that you spend your money on and then make that decision. Is this a need or is this a want? Is this something that I can do without for a few months until I build back up my reserves? You know what I mean? You have to make those um, tough decisions. Do I need to go and buy food this evening, or can I go home and you make a lovely meal with what I have home for my family and get the whole family involved there, not just mommy and daddy, but get the kids involved and everything as well so that there's understanding across the board and so that everybody understands what the financial goal of the family is.
And you're talking about a budget and stuff like that, right? But sometimes I want you to emphasize the fact that we need to be honest when we're creating our budget, because you did say to
Yes,
itemize the things that we're going to spend
yes.
money on, right? And sometimes
Mhm.
we're not entirely honest. So tell us the importance of being honest so we could really have checks and
Yes,
balances where our finances
yeah.
are concerned.
And you're completely correct. A lot of times when I ask my clients to create their budgets, they don't include everything. They feel they need to include just the big ticket items, right? So their car payments, their rent or their mortgage and that kind of thing. But guys, if you are spending $20, $40 on lunch twice a week, that needs to be included in your budget, right? Even if you're going to treat yourself to ice cream on a Saturday evening and you spend $25, that needs to be included in your budget. And that's why it's important for you to organize your finances and keep your receipts so that when you create that budget, you can look at the receipts and see if it's a true reflection of exactly what you're spending. We tend to think, oh, this is a small transaction, so I don't need to put this in, but every cent counts. And you have to be honest with yourself if you really want to be financially fit.
One of the areas I'd like you to address, that ideal age for starting to discuss finances with your children. Some are of the belief, children don't need to meddle in that. I am responsible for the finances and dealing with the stress in this household. And then there's some on the flip side that say children need to know early enough so that they begin to even develop and to help them to gain a better understanding. What do you see as a financial literacy consultant? What's that ideal
I
age to start engaging
I
your children
think
on finances?
as early as possible, as early as primary school age. We would be surprised what these kids understand. They really, really understand. I work a lot like this August. I'm working with FLA with their summer camp as well as NFLP in Trinidad and with their summer camp. And we start kids as early as 10 and 11 really talking to them about the importance of money, what money is, the features of the money, how they can save money, how they can start their own businesses so that they can also have their own money, what to do with their, if they get money for their birthdays or any other special occasions. I think it's never too early to start having those conversations with your kids about the importance of money, about saving, about budgeting. Get them involved because they are the ones who are going to lead the future, right? So they need to understand how to make this work for them in the long run. And you'll be surprised. A lot of these kids, when you tell them about money, you teach them about money, they're the ones who are encouraging their parents. No, let's don't buy KFC today. Let's go home. Let's save that money. Let's put that in the piggy bank. Mommy, let's put that in my, in my bank account that you opened. I want to save for a particular thing in my life. It might be a game for Christmas. It might be to get something special for back to school. But I think there's no age that we should start. We should start having that conversation as early as we can from primary school level to give them that discipline to understand exactly how money works in the world and how they need to respect money in order to gain more money.
And that's a good way to end this conversation,
Yes.
talking about including our children, because as you said, they are the leaders of tomorrow and they need to know how to manage their finances.
Definitely.
Adanna, we thank you so much for joining us this morning and for bringing insight on the importance of managing your finances well to ensure that you're able to meet your basic needs and some of your wants as well. Right? Thank you so much.
I see how
Thank you for
the
having
ladies
me.
slip in there, the wants as well.
But of
Adanna.
course.
Yes, of course. Thank you for having me.
All right.
Well,
Thank you very much for joining us here this morning. Always an interesting perspective, Adanna. That toss up and that
Yes.
balancing act with regards to finances. And she's so correct. You think of finances, you think of expenses. Even when you go for a loan and you just kind of go into the zone of the major ticket items.
that's right.
Because you want to give my resources are as available as possible,
Right?
under the circumstances. But we really hope persons pay attention to the few tips that would have been given there, particularly as we celebrate this day worldwide. Once again, giving some attention to financial awareness in our circumstances. So I hope you paid attention to the tips that you have gathered there. All right, viewers, we thank you very much for continuing to choose the Tobago Updates morning show. And at this point, as we head on out to a break, we remind you to share the live, share the live, share the live.